Okie dokie. Hey guys, another Monday motivational Zoom, and I hope you guys are excited. I absolutely knew that Lavelle they were up to something. Okay. And Jackie said something to me earlier whenever we were talking about what we were going to talk about tonight. Obviously, the 50% commission increase was one of the topics, but she said something about, it comes down to the only variable being you, whether or not you decide that you're going to go for it or you decide not to. You guys, in all reality, this is kind of like the opportunity to go after those VIP bonuses twice or something, right? Like, even though technically some of the checks might not be close to that with the commissions, like at 1.5 times or whatever, because it's 50%. The reality of it is that they're giving first. It was like, okay, this is like customer based, right? And now it's kind of like customer or promoter based for the 800. It just has to be new. Go ahead, Jackie. It looked like you're getting ready to say something there. But it has to be new people. Okay. It can be a customer account that's created a free account, but they can never place an order. So this is following right after you just made this huge push. So some of those people that decided that, they couldn't place their order right before or hit that 16th button, maybe they got paid or whatever, right? So now you can follow up with all the people that did not order that got started. See if in the next week and a half, if they're going to actually be able to place that order or whatever, right? And here's the reality of it. It does not have to be a $150 order, all right? It can be an order for any product, all right? It can be any product. So it could be heat, it could be chill, it could be skincare products. They could order one product and you maybe have to sign 10 customers, right, of an $80 order. But this gives you the ability that I had multiple customers that ordered during that line 4 promo that did not order the amount that I needed, but they still placed orders. All right. So now you can go back to all those people and figure out, what is within your budget? How can I help you get started aiming towards that? And then you can work on those people and referrals, because again, referrals, first time orders are still going to count towards your PPA because they are still your personally enrolled customers. Okay. So right now you have the ability to really still utilize the referral program. All right. You have the ability to follow up with everybody that didn't place orders, anybody that you didn't shoot messages to that have still yet to never order, all of those customers that have maybe gotten many experiences from you. Now's the time that you really want to think outside the box. So for me, some of the ways that I'm thinking outside the box is, how can I get in front of communities that are very active? All right. So I'm trying new things. I'm really putting myself out there, getting very kind of uncomfortable. I have had my inbox blowing up. I don't know how many of you guys ever see my stories because I really slack on them a lot of times. But last night I was putting on lashes and I did it in my stories in little tiny bits and pieces. Now that's not something I generally do ever because I've never been able to put them on. It's very outside the box, but guess what? I've got all these people that were messaging me today, asking me questions, having conversations, people I haven't talked to in forever. And then they end up tagging me. They're commenting on my post this afternoon that has nothing to do with lashes, nothing to do with any of it. But I'm getting people in my inbox and I'm being very active in that community because I'm like, these are people that don't really know me. These are new eyes that I want to see my stuff. I want them to see the stories. I want them to see the reels. I want them to see my page and who I am, and kind of bring back attention to myself. So really thinking outside the box of how can you get in front of new people, because you're going to need to get in front of new people if the people you're already in front of are simply not biting. Now, that can be because you're not being consistent. That can be because you're not asking the questions, or you're not talking about what it is you have your hands on, or the product that it is that you have your hands on. The opportunity, the fact that we have this ability to hit this 50% pay increase is huge. And again, people can relate to that when you make it something relatable. So think about what you can purchase, what you can do with that money. Maybe you're going to, go to the grocery store with that extra money. Maybe you're going to, pay a utility bill, or your daughter wants to go to dance class, or, just an extracurricular activity, or maybe you want to donate something, right? With whatever it is, the extra that you earn. And you can put those things out there so that it can help people understand and relate it to something that they maybe are wanting to save up for or wanting to do. So, Jackie, I know you said you had a ton of things. And right now, guys, while you have this 50% increase, I want you to realize that every single person on your team has that ability to run for that 50% increase. So prior to Jackie taking over, I just want you to consider also reaching out to any promoters within your organization that have fallen off, that maybe haven't really been working. Okay. Just like if you would have done that last week, and I about kicked myself when I realized that wasn't talked about. But by reaching out to those promoters, everybody is running towards that volume. Okay. Everybody is running for that same promotion. I have the same ability to earn it, just like you have the same ability to earn it. So those people that haven't been really active or whatever, this is a chance for them to come back and not only get their check, but also get it times and a half, basically. So Jackie, I know you said you had a lot to say, so I'm going to let you kind of take over.
I do. I'm going to ramble on. Welcome, guys. Happy Monday Night Motivational. My throat is still like from the past couple of weeks, and I feel like it's going to be like that for a bit, but I did definitely have a lot of stuff to say just because it's New Year's. Like, still, you guys, it's still January. We're still in the hangover, like literally. Like, not everybody, but it's slowly picking back up again, and I can feel it. I mean, our numbers are much higher from like last month rolling into this month. People are starting to wake up. Detox is really starting to like fly. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's so many new people who are joining because of detox. There's old people who are coming back because of detox. So it is a very, very exciting time. And just to kind of kick off tonight's Zoom, I just want to say it's January 17th, and it's like probably I always post about it during this time of the year, but this is the time when people start failing on their New Year's resolutions. And I have a list in front of me of people's New Year's resolutions, and I always look at it, and it comes really from anywhere, like wherever it comes on the internet. But here's 10 New Year's resolutions that people want, right? This is what they always say they want. They always say they want to lose weight. That's the number one New Year's resolution. The next one is eat healthier or change diet. Third one is get fitter or take more like exercise classes, right? Fourth one is spend more time with family and friends. Fifth is be more aware and take care of your mental health. Number 6 is sort out finances and cut back on spending. Number 7, travel more. Number 8, take up a new hobby, sports, or other interests. Number 9, be more environmentally friendly. Number 10, look for a new job. I want to say a good solid 9 out of 10 of those, the Thrive experience can do for all of those New Year's resolutions, right? So why are we not like, pushing all of these things even more? I mean, I hope you guys have taken the first 2 weeks to really kind of like gather your thoughts, gather yourself together, get really grounded, and like really start like getting organized and getting yourself back onto social media. I know that's what I've been doing. I've been seeing a lot of the team doing that as well. And it is really exciting, so just make sure that you guys are definitely being a part of that. Because right now people are starting to realize like, you know what, whatever I thought I was going to do on my own is not working. I really need some help, right? But they don't see that they need help until they see somebody else doing it like better, right? Which is basically what you guys want to put out on social media. And really like, leading back into like the time of the year, right? It is January. They have all these goals, but they're like, still kind of falling back into old habits, right? This is why Lavelle is kind of like easing us in, like, hey, what are you guys ready for, right? We had the line of 4. which was absolutely amazing, you guys. I mean, like line of four is like, okay, 4 customers. That's basically 4 new PPA. And I'm going to tell you guys just very, very honestly, when I log into the cloud office, and I don't know about you guys, if you guys are very new, one of the first things you guys see when you guys log in is your dials, right? It is very addicting to see the dials and to see your progress. So this last promo, we didn't have any dials for the new PPA of like getting like 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4. I feel like it really would have helped a lot, because a lot of people were like, I don't know if I signed anyone, or I don't know if it was enough, or any of those things. So I feel like the dials would have really helped a lot. But it really comes down to accountability. You guys have to be accountable for yourselves, right? Nobody's going to get these bonuses for you. And they're not just bonuses. We were actually on a call this morning. So, every 6 a.m., like we always do a power hour, but, Mondays and Fridays, we do it on our team. But, what we were talking about is it's not just about the money and the bonuses that are involved. Okay. Like, some of you guys might be looking at your checks right now and thinking like, okay, if I get a 50% increase on my weekly commission check, if I'm earning, $50 a week or $100 a week, it's only going to be $25, or it's only going to be, it's only going to be $50, and I have to get 800 PPA in order to do that. Like, yes, you do have to get 800 PPA. If you guys are not sure what PPA means, it's basically brand new orders, and 800 is the volume of it, right? But that's not the point of it. The point is that everybody everybody on your team, everyone in your organization, if they all run for this, you guys have the opportunity to grow. Okay. So that is one of the most important things. And the whole reason for that is because, whenever Lavelle does something like this, like I love these bonuses because I know like what my weekly checks look like, right? I was sharing this morning. Lavelle is always going to pay you what you're worth. Okay. What you're worth is not going to be the same thing as what somebody else is worth, right? Like I'm not somebody who signs like 1 million people, right? But I am somebody who like is there for my team, right? I'm a team leader. I've done those things. So my worth comes from other places, right? What are you bringing to the table, and what is your worth? Okay. So Lavelle's always going to pay you what your worth is. And I was just sharing it like, I did this like red alert into one of my team chats. Imagine that you're making $1,000 a week and Lavelle drops a bonus like this. And it's like a 50% increase if you get your 10 accounts and you get your 800 PPA. That would be a free $500 into your pocket for doing what you already do, just kind of doing it a little bit faster on steroids, right? Because you have something to go for. We have these dials that are back there and they're super exciting. And all we have to do is stay focused every single day, try to put in work that will move that dial, right? And boom, you get a 50% commission bonus. And I'll get into some of the details of that later because we did have a couple tickets out. And if I have any leaders on here who have like tickets and we're asking like Lavelle, I'll definitely have you guys on mute too, because there's a couple things that I don't quite know. But besides like earning $1,000 a week, imagine your check was $10,000 a week. And for you doing that, doing the 10 accounts and 800 PPA, you would get a $5,000 bonus, right? I know it sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people in this company who are doing it, right? There's a lot of people doing it. And I'm going to just share with you guys, it's just like, like I can say that now and I'm excited about it. I'm like, that's totally possible I can have a handful of people in my mind who I know that can achieve that, right? I know like a couple handfuls of people in my mind who can achieve the, $1,000 a week and getting $500 bonus from this particular thing. But how you guys get there is what you do today, right? It might be next year that you're going to start achieving those things whenever they announce these crazy bonuses. But, 2 years ago, I wasn't achieving that, right? Like that wasn't even available for me, but that was just 2 years ago. It wasn't even that long ago, you guys. It was only 2 New Years ago where I would be in the same position as you guys, just dreaming about, holy crap, that is freaking crazy. If they were to give me a 50,000 or a 50,000, a 50% bonus, and I was earning an exponential amount in this business, it's very possible, you guys. We do not have a cap here when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, I mean, right now it might not seem like a lot, right? But if you guys want to get to those like stages and stuff, you guys have to work every single promo and really get to understand it. So I highly suggest for you guys to just work this promo without having any like strings attached to it, right? Like literally just learning the ropes and just doing it because it's what Lavelle has put out for us, right? Do not miss this opportunity to grow with this. And whoever is actually working their business with you, like, in your team, like you guys do it together, right? You guys root each other on, like, get the momentum off of each other. And something I want to share too is like, part of my magazine, the whole issue of like, I had a magazine cover. And one of the things was understand how you're getting paid, because that was my number one tip, you guys. Work every single promo. It was literally just that. If you guys literally worked every single promo, all the announcements that Lavelle comes out, like whether you hit it or not, even if you got to 75%, you're never doing these things for free, because you're always, every single sale that you put in yourself or that your team puts in and you're getting paid in those levels, you're going to get paid on it, right? So it's literally a win-win. You're always going to grow. So that is really exciting. I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's just kind of like how you catch the vision in this business. You have to go for all of it, right? Like don't miss the opportunity to grow, and don't, this is why we kind of hop on these calls, because we literally, we keep you guys current on what is happening right now and how you guys can go for it. So another thing that Amanda was saying was about reaching out to old people. So we're going to talk about digging for gold, because sometimes you guys, they always say fortune is in the follow-up, and it's so freaking true. I definitely want you guys to all look at your cloud office. Look who has not purchased, right? You guys might have like 20, 30 people sitting in your free accounts and they have not purchased. And we often overlook those people because we think that, they already told us no, they're not interested. They probably don't have money. We make these excuses for them, right? But you guys will never know, because there's been like, I've had a lot of like leaders in my team chats. They're like, holy crap, I just reached out to so-and-so today. And I literally just asked them like, hey, are you interested? Are you ready? Because of the time of the year that it is, you guys. So you guys have to shoot your shot. And, some of them haven't talked to that person since like 2017. And then they're just like, I'm ready, like, yeah, I've been wanting to reach out. Like I saw another like conversation where it's like, oh my God, pandemic has made me so socially awkward. I just always forget to like talk to people. Like I don't even know how to like message people anymore, right? This is what's happening out there. So it's up to us to just kind of like, get our heads out of our butts and just like reach out to people. So there's so much gold sitting in your cloud office, you guys don't even know. I was actually one of those people too. 9 months, I didn't really talk to Twin other than like, just, like whatever, but I was watching for 9 months. Can you believe that freaking her rock star was sitting in her cloud office stuck? Like, that is just it. There might already be there. You might not even have to look for new people. But definitely look for new people, because new people is definitely where it's at. Like, it's easier there, but you guys might have gold just sitting in your cloud office, in your customers list, in your old promoters list, whoever's watching. Anytime that we come out with a brand new product, that's the best time to reach out to your old promoters. Because if you guys have an old promoter who was thriving, right? Those people already know the magnitude of the 3 steps. Why they quit, who knows? People quit, like, Mario was saying this the other day, people quit on their goals and dreams every single day, right? But if you reach out to them and be like, hey, did you see Detox? I think you'll really love it. If somebody loved the 3 steps at one point, they're going to love any plus line product that comes out that's new, right? Because Lavelle delivers whatever the products, whatever they say that the products are going to do, they're going to do, right? So definitely reach out to people. With the 50% commission boost, I don't know if anyone's on here. So the qualification period is right now. It started like last night, late last night. So it's January 17th to the 23rd. So the entire week, try to make it a point, like try to get 2 new accounts per day, right? If you guys don't get that one account that one day, then, shoot for more the next day, but try to get 10 new accounts. Okay, what they mean by enroll 10 new personal customer or promoter accounts is just get them a free account. And then achieve 800 QV in PPA volume, which is brand new orders at 800. And if you guys do achieve that, You guys are going to get paid on all those orders that were in that 800 QV. And then plus you'll get a 50% commission boost, not just on those, but on your entire paycheck, right? I don't know which paycheck it's going to be. They did say it gets paid out on the 1st. So I'm going to guess that, let me see. Let me just look at this calendar really quick. It's on the 1st. So my guess is that it's going to be a month-end check, Amanda, because qualification is right now, right? 17th to the 23rd. And then the check that gets paid out on the 1st is the 24th to the 31st. So you guys, if you guys are hustling like crazy during month end, imagine what that's going to do for your paychecks. Not only that, okay, so we also have a fat auto ship. I don't know about you guys. My team's really heavy on the 25th auto ships, right? Those are going to be included in that 50% commission increase check, right? So you guys are, just for even the team that you guys have built already, whatever you guys have been doing already, on top of, you know, like what you're growing now, right? You guys are going to get a 50% increase just by doing what Lavelle tells you to do. Get those 10 free accounts, 800 QB, right?
I'm glad that I'm glad that you said that about, you know, it being on the month end check, because you're right. It's going to not only be on those auto ships on that 25th, but it's literally the month end. And on the month end, everybody's pushing to hit their goals, because that's the close, because you're going to start back at 0 the next day, right? So keep that in mind, because I mean, like literally there's somebody said, I need that money so I can move. There's people that need that money because they're going to be evicted, okay, at the month end. There's people that need that money because they don't have the money to put a down payment on something to move into their new place or whatever. So it's like, the reality of it is like, the beginning of a new month, it's like a fresh start for people, and like you going into it and having a massively amazing check finishing up January, you guys, a lot of the momentum is going to happen and pick up over the next couple months. January is like that. That's where you start to gain some ground. That's where, like Jackie was saying, where people start to kind of give up on themselves and fall off of their New Year's resolutions, kind of realize like, maybe I could use a little bit extra help. Sometimes people just need direction. They think they're going to do this, and then that's not really working out. They're not getting the results that they want. So they realize like, maybe I need a little bit more help. Like, I can tell you it, like, I just took a picture of myself and I posted it in my stories while you guys were talking. So I turned my camera off. And then I took another picture that I'm going to post on my page. I know that every time I post that I'm going to restart a product, or I'm going to do something like along those lines, I get interest every time. Like I just said, I think I'm going to restart detox. I think it's time to restart detox again, right? Because I know the last time when I posted about that, I was signing detox customers. No matter whatever you talk about is what people are going to want to order. It's what people are going to want to get involved in, right? So the more excited you are about it, the more excited they're going to be about, the more interest you're going to have that's coming into you. So if you have not done something for a while, I just seen Talissa, she did the facial masks. All right. She did the charcoal mask, and she said about having teenagers. And then they were like all in the background, they're dancing to the song, right? And all these teenagers. And then as they were all bumping their heads, it put the qualities of what the detox mask did. The charcoal detox mask does. So I want you guys to think about that. If you haven't posted about something in a while and you're not really getting a ton of hits on whatever it is, like you're posting on a regular basis, mostly the 3 steps, right? Pull something out, show a trick with it. Like the charcoal bar soap, it cleans your makeup brushes, right? I've seen people do that one. Like get innovative and just go to your closet and see what it is. And maybe you have thirst in there and that you want to shoot out some samples, or you mix it up and you say, oh my gosh, I can't believe how good this tastes. I can't believe how good this is. Or blast. Like I won't say what I always see Jackie with blast with, but every getaway, I always see her drinking blast like all day. right? But like literally like share some of those things because that's what people are going to be excited about. That's what's going to draw people into you. And oh, I can't remember what I was getting ready to say something that I totally got off subject. But take a picture of you being on here right now, this community, this support, talk about what it is, how it helps you. Because a lot of times I think people don't want to join because they don't realize that they're going to have direction. They're going to have people help them. They're going to have people giving them advice and tips and so forth, right? I just had a new customer that's going to turn promoter. She signed a referral. Not only did she sign a referral, we got a sample out to that referral, but she just got her products today. Up over the past week, she's been posting interactive posts to kind of start learning how to draw people into her. So kind of put that out there, talk to people. Remember that your referral customers from your customers right now, those count for those new accounts for you for those 10 also. Okay, so like your personally enrolled customer goes and signs a couple referral customers or whatever. So make sure you're touching base with those new customers that just signed this last week. And make sure they're getting those referrals out because that's going to help. And then work with them about 3 ways in getting samples out to them. Okay, because that's going to help you get those 10 accounts.
Love it. I'm actually reading through the comments. There's some cool stuff that's happening in there. We'll just answer some of it. Shannon says it's actually National Ditch the Resolution Day. Yes, it probably is right around this time. Let's see. Okay, go digging for gold. Yes. Okay. If I have my order on auto ship, does it count for the 50%? No, our own personal orders do not count toward our own commission. It will count towards your uplines. But let me see what else is in here. Ooh, lots of house problems. People are moving. People need this money. You guys gotta get those free accounts. Okay, and then the other one was, do you know how this would fit for a brand new promoter? This is a good question. A lot of people have been asking that. I have a feeling it's gonna, like, the qualification period is happening now. Okay, so for you yourself to be able to get the 50% commission match or commission bonus or whatever, you have to qualify for it this week. But the actual, if you wanted to get paid more on your own VIP 800, it would have to be next week. So no, I don't think so. I don't, it just depends on where the actual VIP happens. But either way, I mean, just focus on getting the 50% commission boost, for yourself. If you guys sign a brand new promoter, if they were, I don't know, that is a hard question. It literally depends on when they actually VIP. And if it falls before, our week closes on a Sunday, we get paid on the Tuesday. Okay, so Lizzie says, I plan on doing a giveaway with auto ship reward stuff. Have to make a free account to enter. Those are all great ideas. What I would definitely do is go reach out to kind of like what Amanda was saying. Go through your customers. If you guys have a really good customer who's been thriving with you, just say to them straight up, be like, hey,
My sound went out. Did we lose Jackie? She froze. Oh my, I bet you she hasn't caught on yet because all I see on the screen is this. Is that what you guys are seeing? Okay, I thought it was me for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, did my computer go out? But then I saw everybody else's heads moving. I was like, oh no, we just lost Jackie in the process. Oh, goodness gracious. And I literally just ran out of the room and I came back in. I was like, wait, why'd that come to a screeching halt for a second? I don't know where she was at because we lost her. What was she saying? Somebody pitch in. Lena, I see you knowing what's happening right now. What's happening? What'd she say? Oh gosh, you're muted. Hold on. I'm muting. Is it letting you? It's not letting me. Oh gosh. Oh, this is an interesting one.
Hey, Amanda.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Yes.
She was saying to reach out to your customers to get referrals.
Oh yeah, the referrals. And you guys, the thing is that a lot of people aren't going to have those referrals come the beginning of the month, and maybe you want to do some kind of promo for those customers that get some kind of referrals right now for you. And those referrals, if they order, they're going to be first time ordering customers as well, right? So not only are they those free accounts, but they are also, they're going to be the opportunity for the, I'm so sorry, my phone is like blowing up. They are also going to be count towards your PPA because those people are customers. So it's a win-win. It's helping your customer and it's helping you. So utilizing that right now is a gold mine, honestly. And I don't know, you guys have heard me talk about the fact that I've gotten my VIP and so forth because of getting those referrals. So really hit that hard right now. And it's going to be, it's a win-win situation. So.
Oh my gosh, Amanda. I don't know what happened, but my entire Wi-Fi just like busted out. And
I know. And then I literally left the room for just a second and you cut out and I came back and I was like, I don't know where Jackie was. It's like the kid in class not paying attention, then they get called on. You're like, crap.
I had a feeling, but I was like trying to reconnect you guys. It's like Mercury retrograde. I don't know if any of you guys follow that stuff, but I feel like that's what it was. But I'm back. But thank you, Amanda, for pulling in after that. But what was I saying? Something about referrals.
Yeah.
Yeah, just utilizing that. I mean, the hardest part right now is probably the 10 free accounts. I mean, the sales and stuff, like the actual 800 PPA part is probably a bit easier if you guys have been planting the right seeds, right? If you guys have been planting the right seeds throughout like winter, I mean, it's January. I honestly, it's like, it's kind of like in January, it's kind of a no-brainer. Everybody out there is feeling the exact same way. Holiday hangover. They feel like they're 5-10 pounds heavier than they normally are, right? So it shouldn't be that hard, right? You shouldn't have to pull people's legs too much about getting started on something for their health and wellness, right? There was another thing that I really wanted to talk about tonight on Zoom. I forgot exactly what it was, but let me see one second. Let me read the chats if there's anything in here. Full moon. Oh yes, it is the full moon tonight. That's right. Okay, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something tonight. Oh yes. I was gonna talk about. I was telling Amanda this earlier. Just like, you know, when it comes to these bonuses, right? Like just kind of like line 4, the line of 4, and then like even now with the 50% commission boost, like whenever Lavelle does something like new PPA, like even the top leaders in the company are having to do the exact same things as you guys are, right? It's literally no different, right? So we literally have the exact same company, the exact same products, the exact same resources, and everything. And people are able to be successful. People are able to grab these bonuses. So the only variable really is you, right? Is you putting in the work, you actually doing the do, right? Getting off the Zoom, applying. So it is very, very like, you know, whenever I hear, like just the other day, I heard somebody, like I have a girl who I've been working on for a very long time. And I had sent some samples out to some of her people. And she told me, she's like, 7 of these people, like they said it was too strong for them. And I told her, I was like, 7 samples really said that it's too strong. And I'm like, you got to get me in a 3 with these people. She's a little bit uncoachable. We're going to talk about like being coachable and just kind of like, you know, what it's like to just kind of love people where they're at. And you know what happens in this business a lot, you guys, like it does. I know like for a lot of people, it gets frustrating, right? You're like, you know, I signed somebody, then they didn't want to plug in. They didn't want to do this and that. Sometimes you just kind of have to let people fall on their face a little bit if they're uncoachable. And like, you know, just this girl, she was telling me like 7 people didn't want to thrive because they said it was too strong or this and this and this. I'm like, no, you got to get me in a 3-way because there's no way, you know, if you were doing it correctly, if you were literally walking them through how you're supposed to walk them through their first couple days and really be there for them, there should be no reason why they don't have a good experience, right? Or at least like have an experience that you can actually talk them through what they're feeling is normal. And honestly, like that is probably one of the, when you guys can actually master that, when you guys can master that, walking somebody through their Thrive experience, like whether they're having a good experience or not, but letting them know what they're going through is normal. When you guys can master that, your business will change. Okay. Your business will change. That is the difference between a rookie promoter and a professional promoter, like straight up, like not being able, like not taking people's excuses, whether that's your customer, whether that's your promoter. Don't like eat up people's excuses, right? Like don't accept their excuses. It's like, no, like it's definitely not like that. I can definitely help you. Why don't you try this, right? Be really, really confident because you know what these products can do for people. But yeah, so anyways, what else was I going to say? Just about having the same opportunity as like, everyone that's getting on here now. When you guys hop onto this Zoom, like this is a Zoom that Amanda takes an hour out of her day, right, to host, right? It takes a lot to be able to, you got to be stationary, right? You got to be home, you got to host, you got to have your Zoom up, right? Like this is what it takes, like when you're a leader and stuff, but we have the exact same resources. Even if you guys did not have an upline, right? Even if you signed up randomly on a Lavelle link and then it just like, you guys have the same cloud office that you guys log into. You guys have the same resources, the same online training videos where you guys can watch people who have been picked out by the company to speak at the conferences or, the Super Saturdays. And there is going to be a Super Saturday this Saturday, you guys, the 22nd. But we have all the exact same resources, you guys. The only difference is that when we have these Monday night Zooms, when we have Stacey's Sunday night Zooms, when we have, Lisa Fuller's, like, all these Zooms and stuff, it's just extra like motivation and extra strategies and like stuff that you guys can plug into at any time. And like plugging in, you guys, it's so important, but it's not mandatory. Okay. Like it's not mandatory for you guys to plug into like every single Zoom. Like who has time for that? I mean, I kind of do plug into every single Zoom, but like it's not necessary for you guys to plug into every single Zoom. It's just to plug into the ones like, when you have time, right? Like it's just plug in because you never know if like, if I'm going to say something that's going to light a fire up your butt and you're like, holy crap, I need to get going on this 50% commission boost. You're literally plugging in to get motivation for you guys to actually do, right? But yeah, same resources, you guys. Like I always like think about like the same exact products. We've got the same CEOs. A lot of us have the same uplines. We have the same everything, right? The only variable is you and what you're willing to do for your personal business, what you're willing to do to help your team. And I really thought about it. Like this has been kind of like on my mind just this week. It's just like, like what makes a good promoter and who actually like, makes it in this business, like to make it like worthwhile, right? And there's two kinds of people. It's number one, they absolutely love the grind, right? They get excited for the dials and they like get really excited about the company announcements and the bonuses and the new products. They love that kind of stuff, right? They get excited. They want something to do. And then the other thing is they really, truly love helping people, right? If you have somebody who really hates helping people, like, oh, I don't want to talk to this girl, like, they don't truly want to help people. Like, how are you going to do well in this business if you have that stink attitude of not wanting to help people, right? Is literally what it comes down to. Why most of our team, like, why is so much of our team yellow? Because they want to help people, right? So yeah, but anyways, that's basically kind of like what was on my heart for like Monday. And just like having those same, like everything is the same, you guys. We're looking at the same cloud office. It's just like, how many people are you putting in, right? How many people are you actually putting in? How many people are you talking to? And another thing I want you guys to definitely like this is something I always, whenever I go on a one-on-one or anything, if somebody wants me to kind of look at their business and my team, first thing I look at is how many free accounts do you have, right? Do not sleep on the free accounts. Like free accounts is going to help you keep track of how many people you've talked to about Thrive, right? Whether they're ready to buy or not, they need to be in the system. Like they have to be in there, because I was one of those people watching for 9 months and I was like seeing some of these Lavelle emails going through my inbox and I'm like, whatever those are, whatever. But I kind of picked up some of the verbiage, right? Like of what was going through the 9 months that I was just watching as a like a non-thriver. So make sure that you guys get people into the system, because that's honestly like one of the first things I look at when I'm looking at, hey, like, how can I grow my business? What am I doing wrong? Right? You got to get people into the system.
So I'm gonna jump in here real quick, because first off, when I joined 5 years ago, all right, 5 years ago, you guys, I was a brand new promoter on this day. All right. Absolutely brand new promoter. I had just joined, I had just tried the products. I had just like, I exploded. All right. I exploded only because the 4 years leading up to that, me signing as a brand promoter, I had spent a lot of time sharing and teaching tips of every single thing that I had learned. I had grown a following. I had grown people that they knew, like, and trusted me. That didn't make any sense. But anyways, when I came in, this is what I got. Okay. I still have all my resources from my brand new as a promoter all those years ago. All right. Because actually this was on January 19th. I saved this to my phone of 2017. You want to see? January 17th, 2017. All right. And how many of you guys are brand new promoters and you don't have this kind of stuff saved? The reality of it is that this is the very first thing on my 30-day launch plan that was given to me. Give 100 free counts to everyone you know ASAP. Not get. Give 100 free accounts to everyone you know. That means execution. That means you message them, let me give you this free account so that you can know what it is that I'm doing. All right. That's, let me help you get this account set up. Let's get this going. Did you know that Tony Stratham, who was personally enrolled to Paul, who is our upline, before she was allowed to buy an $800 upgrade pack, she had to get 100 free accounts? Before any of the people that were the very first promoters in this account, they had to have 100 free accounts prior to purchasing that 800 pack. Why? Because they wanted to make sure they were serious. They wanted to make sure that they would talk to people and that they would share this word. Guess what? Tony signed Maria because they were coworkers. They both were doing, like, Tony was a nurse and Maria was a speech pathologist, right? And they both worked in home care, all right, in home health. And they talked, and Tony kept on posting about it. And Maria talks about the fact that she didn't have the money to order her, like, even as a customer, she didn't have the money. She barely had the 150. So Tony gave her a free pack of DFTs. If you didn't listen to Lisa's call this last week, you guys, leadership call, guess who was on? Me. Guess who was on the call last night? Me. Was there things that I was doing and stuff that was going on? Absolutely. But I was in the kitchen. I was cleaning. I was doing stuff. I was still listening to the call while it was going on, because there's always going to be tidbits of things that you hear and you learn along the way. So executing and reaching out and talking to as many people as you can. The second thing that was on here was invite everyone to like the Lavelle fan page. Invite everyone of your customers, send them the Lavelle fan page to follow the stories, to like that. Why would you want them to like the Lavelle fan pages? Because those stories are going to constantly pop up in their timeline. Even if you aren't doing your job or your follow-up, those things are still going to pop up in their timeline. Share one story a day from the Lavelle fan page. Listen, you don't have to share that on your page directly from the fan page. You can copy paste it. You can repurpose it, put it as a post. You can put it in your stories. You can put it anywhere. All right. But really the point of that is sharing at least one story or testimony a day. And you don't have to do this forever, but when you first are getting started, you want to let people know you're excited, and that excitement is what's going to draw people to you. This time of the year in the US, we have taxes. A lot of people employers have to have their stuff out to them by the end of January. People start filing taxes and stuff right at the end of this month. They start putting it in, and their tax returns. I joined because of a tax return in March 2013. I didn't have very much money left over, but I wanted I knew that I needed to make a change, and there's a lot of people sitting there that need to make that change as well. If you don't talk about the opportunity of what somebody can do, they are not going to know they can do it. Post one lifestyle picture per day on Facebook, and that can be Instagram, that can be TikTok. We have so many different platforms now, not just Facebook, but that was the one majorly utilized back then, of something to do with your products, right? And we talk about that all the time. Talk about this opportunity every single day. Get excited about what it is you're doing, getting consistent. Somebody asked about the Super Saturday training. You guys, nobody in this business is successful without learning how to do things. All right. How many of you guys have heard millions are made in the messenger? And that's so true, because it has to do with your follow-up. It has to do with you actually talking to people, making sure that you're building those relationships. It doesn't happen on your post. People aren't just always going to reach out to you, but you're going to continue to get people to realize that you're serious about what it is that you're doing, that you're excited about what you're doing, that these products make you feel better. You have to be a product, not necessarily a product of the product, but in a way, yes. Do you need to be a certain body shape or size? Absolutely freaking not. I stood on stage, you guys, accepting my millionaire's award, being almost 300 pounds. You do not. I taught the social media panel at almost 300 pounds in front of 25,000 people in Lavelle at conference. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Why? Because I was still utilizing the products. I was still getting the benefits out of the product. Was I utilizing to the max? Absolutely not. But you do not have to be perfect. You do not have to come with experience. You can be anybody and turn that around into anything that you want. But you have to let people know that you're serious about it. You have to put that out there into the universe, because if you don't, nobody's going to believe you. If people don't know that they can trust you to help guide them on this journey, that you maybe don't know everything, but you are going to find the resource for them, that you are freaking determined to help them, that is when people start to realize, I really need to check this girl out. I really need to see what it is that she's doing. I really need to check this out, because I'm really struggling and I'm tired of working all the time. I'm tired of not being able to get ahead. I'm tired of every week living paycheck to paycheck and digging freaking change out of my couch or out of my car and then taking it to a Coinstar. I was tired of that. And I know there's a hell of a lot more people that are too. All right. So people don't want to have to keep on repeating it. And sometimes that's all they've ever grown up seeing: unhealthy lifestyles, unhealthy money habits, unhealthy never being able to spend time with your family because all you do is work 2 and 3 jobs at a time. I promise you, this is the time of opportunity of doing anything. Okay. Now, you're never going to make the wrong person join you. You're never going to make the wrong person that's not ready join you. They're not going to. They already made up their mind. But the person that doesn't know this is possible, it's not for everyone. And that's okay. When they're telling you they don't want to join, they're doing you a favor until maybe that changes. And then it might not ever change, but that's okay. Where there's one no, there's going to be a yes eventually with somebody that needs it. You can't tell me there's not, because there's so many successful people in this industry as a whole. And there's health and wellness is like the number one of them all. What else was on this list? Earn the VIP 800, earn VIP 1600. The next, how do you set up these free accounts and three-way calls? Get somebody in your upline. If you're not sure about how to have that conversation or to talk to somebody, I will never ever tell you just to randomly message somebody. No, you want to message people with sincerity. Start with your birthdays. Don't shoot somebody a message and it be about Lavelle being that first conversation ever, ever, ever. However, if you start to see them interacting on your stories and your posts, reach out to them. Hey girl, I've seen that you have been liking this. I don't know if you'd be interested, but, and then carry on your conversation. When do you want to introduce Thrive? Somebody that you already know. It never hurts to let them know that you think that they would be amazing at this, or that you would love for them to check this out because you think that it would align with what it is that they're already into. Maybe you know somebody that's into health and fitness and you ask them for advice on the product. Hey, I just want you to take a look at this. Tell me what you think. Anything like that. You can help them set the account up. You don't have to be the only one. Message one of your uplines. Again, if you're not sure how to carry on that conversation, I like to get screenshots so I can kind of help direct you with how to have that conversation and then get thrown into it. Hold on. Oh yeah. Making sure that you're being good at your customer service. Okay. This is something that Brittany and I did on the Zoom with Lisa a couple weeks ago. We're going to bring that back. Brittany and I are going to get together and do another Zoom at some point soon, very soon, hopefully, where the customer service, sending out little thank you cards to your customers, to your personal customers. I think it might have been Katie Muntz posted this on the Dream Team 2021 page as well. Just the other day, is that she signed a new customer with heat because she sent out heat as a sample last month. And then they added on, they've just been getting the capsules religiously, but because she threw in a sample of heat last month, thanked them for, always ordering. It was literally boom. Now she's got a new customer on heat. So being really good with your customer service, tracking those packages. We get the emails if you send out samples from Lavelle. We get the emails that say, time to check on your follow-up. So really don't just ignore that email, shoot that person a message and be like, hey, did your sample arrive? Just wanted to see if you had already started, which all my customers, I always make sure they know as soon as it comes to shoot me a message, not to start taking it until they talk to me, because I want to make sure they're taking it right and they're getting the biggest bang for their buck. And it's a huge step. I think it often goes overlooked, right? And the Super Saturday trainings, you guys, you're getting it training from people that have done this, people that have found success in some way, shape, or form, and every single one of them went about it different. I can tell you when Jamie Pekka and I joined as new promoters here, I'm sorry, I keep on saying, I'm realizing how many times I'm saying it, but when we both joined, we wanted to race to the top. Not only did we want to race to VIP 800, VIP 1600, 4K, 12K, 40K, 80K, 200K, we wanted to race. Now, she hit it before I did, but I wasn't long to follow after her. All right. I was not long to follow after her. And the reason for that is because all we were focused on was VIP 800, VIP 1600 over and over and over and over again, because we knew how much it could help people bring an extra $500 to $1,300 into their family's households. And if you focus on that, that is a more realistic number, is how many people could use an extra $500 a month. That is why I joined this industry, is because if I could make an extra $500 a month, I could leave my per diem job. It was enough for me to be able to give up at least my per diem job and working so much overtime. And that meant more time at home with my kids, because I would work my business. And maybe you don't talk about this, working your business around your schedule, being able to listen to calls when you're driving to work, or you're driving your kids home or driving home from school, dropping your kids off at school, being able to listen to a Zoom, pick up these tips and stuff while you're washing dishes or while you're taking a bath, being able to do these things kind of on the go. Because a lot of people think they don't have time, they don't have money, they don't have the resources and so forth. So when you constantly focus on kind of breaking that barrier or those objections down, you're going to start to get people that realize, oh, maybe I could do this, or, oh, maybe I would like this, or maybe I would try this. So putting different recipes up for some of the Thrive lifestyle mixes and so forth. I've put up overnight oats, trying that to add those, like adding that into it. The different lifestyle mix, even on my 5-year anniversary post, people were messaging me, asking me, because I put the chocolate fudge brownie mix, and they're like, what is that one? I haven't seen that one before. Putting that kind of stuff out there, again, it sparks interest, it sparks questions, and it might be somebody that hasn't ordered in a very long time, and now they're deciding to order again, or they just never placed their actual order. They got a sample from you. Were you gonna say something, Jackie?
I mean, I was a little bit ago.
I made you lose your track, didn't I?
No, I know exactly what I was going to say. I was just going to say, like, all these things that Amanda's sharing with you, she's sharing with you the things that are duplicatable. Okay, so I think that a lot of people kind of overthink these things like, I'm not so great at social media, I'm not this, I'm not that, and like all of these things, right? But the most important thing is that whatever you do, that it's duplicatable. And I learned this early on. I was just kind of like, I learned this along my journey, like, to, I don't know how long ago it was, but I just kind of realized like, yeah, Jackie, you're good at certain things, right? You can make all the banners and you can do all these things and you can, but what is duplicatable for your team to do? Otherwise, you're going to be like, alone. You're going to be doing things by yourself. And that's not what you want, right? You want this business to be so easy that anybody can do it, right? Literally anybody can do it. That's literally what Amanda's sharing with you and what is on that sheet. I actually remember that sheet. It used to be on one of the Facebook pages and I had it print out. It's probably in one of my folders or whatever it is. And when it comes down to it, like why I was sharing just having the same resources and everything is that we all have the same resources. When somebody gets started, we all have the same VIP 800. And that is what is, so duplicatable. Like, do not overcomplicate things that you guys have to be like experts and, all the cute little things like updating your bio so that you look more appealing and like all those things, they come later, right? Definitely have your link up. The most important thing is being excited and keeping everything duplicatable, like that even duplicate yourself over and over and over, that you're doing the do every single week, every single day, whatever it is, getting new people in the system, right? Free accounts, following up with those people, taking people through a funnel, VIP 800, VIP 1600 for those people. And lastly, working every promo, right? It's literally just that simple. We do the same thing. And another thing that I was kind of excited about when you were talking about Tony Stratham, I was just like, even Tony Stratham has to do the same exact thing that we're going to do this week, right? Get the 10 free accounts, get the 800 PPA. I don't like if she's going to go for it. I don't know. I hope that she would, and she still does. And she probably still does, right? Because think about it, her weekly paycheck on somebody like Maria Dillard. Can you imagine getting 50% on like, Maria Dillard is your personally enrolled and her entire team, right? So really exciting. I mean, it doesn't matter, like this business is just so simple, right? These little things that they have us go for, they're totally worth it, right? But in order for you guys to get to where you guys want to be, you guys have to start now, right? You have to start now. And then, I was at conference when Amanda spoke on stage at 300 pounds. I have those videos. I posted them last Thrive Palooza, right? I'm like, there's my she was the millionaire before she got her millionaire. And guess who's going to be there this year, right? Me, right? And that's like, you guys have to, like, that's not why I don't have to do this. I don't have to be on Zoom. I don't have to do any of these things, but I still do because I want to see more people up there, right? And I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, they'll probably ask me to speak on stage this year. I don't know if they will, but I was like, holy crap, man, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about being in the crowd 2 years prior, watching my upline and my other upline. And like, that's what I'm going to talk about, So that is, yeah. I mean, they're all going off in the chat now. Zoom's almost
I'll be
over.
crying. So that's what's going to happen with me. I'm going to be crying because that was my dream, like seeing other people up there. And I got to tell you guys, like when you just said that, that's exactly what I spoke about many times that I've had the opportunity to be on stage, is the fact of the very first conference I ever went to, not even in this company, but seeing these people up there and hearing them talk about their stories. It was like, I'm just this girl from like a little town that literally grew up, my parents, they never owned a house, and I moved around and a lot, and I never thought that that could be me. And now I'm seeing other people earn this millionaire award. And it's like, seriously, all it takes, you guys, is the hard work, the dedication, and saying, you know what? I'm not going to worry about being perfect. I'm going to worry about doing the actions. I'm going to worry about showing up every day and being excited and believing that if they can, I can. And when that happens, that's when the magic happens, because you're focused on helping other people become successful and other people fulfill their dreams and fulfill the things for their families that maybe they had marked off, or maybe they don't even believe that they can do yet. But I promise you, you can. And I promise you that if you just get to work and focus on who you can help next and how you can show them how to help it, like the perfect pictures, don't worry about it. The perfect post, having the perfect wording, don't worry about it. That's going to come. You're going to learn those things as you're inspired by other people that you're getting on Zooms and you're learning by. I guarantee if you ask every single person on this call right now that's been around for a couple years, they're going to tell you, where did they learn this from? Where did they learn that from? It's because somebody else's post inspired them. Following somebody else's journey inspired them of how they wanted to do it, how they wanted to present it, how they wanted to share it, how they wanted to be, what they didn't want to be. Okay. Somebody was inspired. So you have to get on this kind of stuff so that you can learn that. And then you can turn out there and you can use this as a building block and share it and be excited. Oh gosh. I got super like teary eyed whenever, you started talking
Wait,
about you being up there this year.
before
So,
before we go,
anyway.
I have to talk about Thrivepalooza just a little bit more because, everything that happens from January leading up to Thrivepalooza, Lavelle is going to pull out the big guns, the product launches, all of the excitement. They save everything this time of the year, all the way leading up to Thrivepalooza, because they know they want to get everybody excited and they want more people on stage, right? At Thrivepalooza. Like if you hit 200K before Thrivepalooza, guess what? You're going to be on stage. Like it's literally just, it's just that, like, you can hit it the day before, they're going to throw you on stage the next day. Like literally, that's how this company works, right? But besides that, this will be my third Thrivepalooza coming up. I have visions and I have the speakers and stuff. There's things that certain leaders have spoke about. Like I remember it. It's like kind of like ingrained in my cells by now, right? You guys are going to remember this. So get your ass to conference. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm not even going to say it soft, but I have snippets of things that people have said at conference that I remember till this day. Like I remember little Sarah Verbeek. She is in Calgary. She's probably one of the first 200Ks in Canada. She came from a city with no stop signs, right? She's smaller than me. I'm only 4'11". She's probably like 4'9" or 4'10", right? She's ripped. She's absolutely ripped and everything. But I just remember seeing her city with no stop signs. And I just thought to myself, you know what? I was probably, I don't know, I was like maybe like a 40, no, it's maybe like an 80K by that time. But like I was just a new 80K. I was like a 2-month 80K. That's barely an 80K, like I was just getting into leadership, right? And I watched her and I'm like, if this little girl she's not little, she's not a little girl, but she's really small. If she can go up there and go on stage from a city with no stop signs, be a 200K, be speaking on stage, I can do this too. I come from a big city. I come from Los Angeles, like I come from LA. Like that is a big city. So I'm like, if she can do this, if she can be a 200K in a city with no stop signs, like why? I have no excuses, and neither do any of my friends, does any of my family, any of my network. If you guys are from big metropolis cities, you guys have no excuse because there's people in the middle of nowhere. I mean, even Amanda herself, like she's in West Virginia. There's nothing, right? So it's really really impactful. Like I just have those visions of all those speakers and stuff. Amanda being one of them, like Twin being one of them, like hearing those things, so really amazing. I just want to share that with you guys because up until Thrivepalooza, it gets super, super exciting. And I'm literally every single day, every single week, I'm going to be pumped and getting ready for Palooza and getting the whole team ready for Palooza, right? So get your butts there. Oh yeah. And then last night was the last day for credits. And I mean, we'll talk more about that stuff later, but I think tonight was an awesome Zoom, Amanda. Thank you.
I get excited. You guys can always tell my voice goes up like real quick. I'm like, ah, and I'm speaking 100 miles per hour because it's, you guys, it's real easy to lose your way sometimes, just like it's real easy for when you're getting started to kind of see where it is that you can go. And I can tell you that when it hits you and you're like, whoa, that vision board's staring you right in the face, and you know what it is that you're going after, and you see that other people's visions coming to life, other people hitting their goals, other people outside playing with their kids or going on trips or buying a home, it's all worth it. And it reminds you of why you started what it is. And the fact that I get to be home with my family and make memories and know that it's made an impact on them, it makes it all worth it. So I love you guys. I think it's such an amazing Zoom. Thank you again, Jackie. I will get this recording up as quickly as I can. I have it saying I just plugged my computer in because it was dying, or you guys were going to end up with me being missing next. But I'm going to upload the Zoom to YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, but I always put the link in the post for the day. So everybody have a good night. Go out there and kick butt. And next week we'll get to hear how many people actually earned it, right? Good night, guys.